and she's our legal counsel for the show. Whether you're an adult child who wants to make sure the legal needs of your parents are addressed, or you're a senior who wants to let your children know what your wishes are, certainly bringing up the issues of wills and durable power of attorney can be difficult. That's why we need Kathleen's help. Welcome, Kathleen.
Thank you, Serena.
Kathleen, how do we get started talking to family members about issues?
Serena, this is a difficult topic for some family members to discuss. I've experienced some family members who have absolutely no issue in discussing these topics. They are very frank and very open about their desires and their wants. But by the same token, there's other family members who are very private, and although the children may want to help, the parents are very, very quiet and private about their affairs. There is a playing deck card that you can get from CODA, and that's spelled C-O-D-A, CODA Alliance, and you can get these playing cards online, and they're called Go Wish cards, and they're actually a playing deck card. You sort of sit around the table and pass them out and turn them over, and then talk about whatever subject the card asks you about. It is a very non-threatening way to bring up these conversations. I've had family members borrow them and use them over the holidays when their kids come into town because they're just not sure how to approach the topic. But that is a very, very easy way and a very non-threatening way to sort of keep everybody on a level playing field, but to get the conversation started and get those topics discussed.
Now, that would also apply to end-of-life issues?
It would. Those Go Wish cards actually address, how do you want to live your end of life? Do you want to be in a nursing home? Would you rather be at home? Do you want artificial hydration and nutrition? All of those kinds of things. Do you have your estate planning documents in order? Where are they? When were they updated? All of that kind of thing.
All right, now give me some clues about how to handle this situation. Let's say you have a frail family member and you really don't know their end-of-life wishes, and maybe the cards are not appropriate at this point. How would I go about approaching this person to make sure I know what their wishes are?
Well, you started the question with addressing a frail elderly person, and the one thing we don't want to do is in any way take away that person's dignity or make them feel like we're trying to control them or take over their situation or limit their independence. So I think, coming from a place of caring, using kind words, not threatening the person, and basically letting them know how much you care about them, and if something happens to them, you want to be able to help them. And to be able to help them, you're going to need to know some information, where their legal documents are, and not just know where they are, have the person get them out and look at them. I recently encountered a client who told me that she and her husband were the first alternate on the durable power of attorney, and their kids were the second. I didn't prepare these documents, but when I examined them, the spouses weren't named at all as the agent under the durable power of attorney. It was simply the children. And they were very surprised to learn that. And of course, we had to redo their documents. But, a lot of times people say, oh, these things are handled, don't worry about it. But you need to actually look at the documents to see what they say.
All right. So it sounds as if you need to involve many members of the family in discussing this. But what if the members of the family disagree?
Each family is different, and it really depends on the dynamics of that family. Again, there are some families who can sit down as a total family unit and discuss these issues, and there are other family members where some of the children might be out of state or out of town or out of the country and unavailable for these conversations. So you may have a local child who's an adult child but designated as the responsible person, the caregiver, and maybe it's up to that person to have a conversation. Or maybe the parents don't have as good a relationship with child 2 and 3, but they're very close to child 1. And so in that instance, I don't know that it would be appropriate to have all the children involved.
In other words, we need to stop sidestepping these issues and address the elephant in the room. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you.
I encourage you to let us know what your thoughts are about the Active Lifestyles magazine. And you can do this by calling the Office on Aging